Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffani Beaston from Beauty and the Beastons, and I upload twice a week. Today we're doing a high protein meal prep that is quick and efficient. Everything tastes absolutely amazing, and I got a lot of products from Aldi, so I'm going to go ahead and just insert a little haul right here before we get into cooking. So like I mentioned, Aldi was out of a lot of things, but I did get some really good produce as well as some pantry staples. Most of the things that you see in today's video, or that you see right now, will be used in the video. Otherwise, they'll just be used for other things throughout the week. Aldi does save a lot of money, but you just don't always know if they're going to have everything that you want. I also really like their frozen organic produce because it's just so easy, and I feel like a lot of times when I have fresh produce, it winds up going bad if we don't cook it in time. And then their yogurts are great. They have a lot of organic options for honey, peanut butter, even ketchup. Of course, I don't love microwaving rice in a plastic container, but you can actually make that on the stovetop, and it does take half the time. So that's what I've been doing lately. And then these freeze-dried strawberries, my kids are absolutely obsessed with. That's why I bought a million of them. And I'm happy to say about 2 days later, they're already completely gone. This pasta is also delicious, and I like that the ingredients are so simple, just chickpea flour. Being said, I also had a lot of stuff already, and I had meat and everything, so I didn't get that from Aldi. Not to mention I had to Instacart it because I was busy yesterday and they just didn't have half the stuff that I ordered, so I had to go to a few places for this. But I went ahead and wrote down, or printed out and typed up everything that we're going to be making today. God willing, these recipes as well as the other recipes from our last meal prep will be up on the website when you're watching this. It was a struggle. I'm still getting used to it. I paid a lot of money for this website, and I am just still learning it. The last meal prep I did, I sat there and typed out everything, and then it duplicated like one recipe. I think it was like the protein cookie dough or something. It duplicated that into every single recipe, and it was a disaster, and I cried for half of that day just because there's a lot of work that I put into both the video as well as the website. So God willing, the recipes will be up on tiffanibeaston.com. First thing that we're making in today's video is like a peanut butter cup yogurt bark, and that just sounds absolutely amazing. So let's get right into it. This recipe, you're gonna need some vanilla protein powder, Greek yogurt. I'm doing plain Greek yogurt, some dark chocolate chips. I use the Enjoy Life brand, peanut butter, and honey. So simple. I also used a little bit of vanilla extract. So you can see here, I already got some of our ingredients. In here is 3/4 cup of creamy peanut butter. I like to use this type from Aldi or whatever type of creamy peanut butter you like. Just so much easier to pour into a recipe than regular peanut butter, the natural one that is. And then also I did 1 tablespoon of honey. You can use maple syrup if you'd like, and if you like it sweeter, you can use 2 tablespoons. I just did 1, along with 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. So now we're just gonna add in the rest of our ingredients here. So we have our 1 cup of Greek yogurt. And then 1 scoop of protein normally turns out to be 1/4 cup, but the protein that I'm using is Pro Mix Vanilla, and you actually need 2 scoops to get a full serving. So the measuring cup was just for video purposes, for you to go ahead and see that a scoop is normally 1/4 cup, but again, depends on your protein powder. Another tip of mine is I just really try to clean up as I go when I'm meal prepping. Otherwise, it just takes too long and my mind is just like all over the place. So we have all of our ingredients in here already. I'm just gonna mix that up. So I'm doing mine more in like a peanut butter cup style. So I'm gonna be using this silicone mat so you can easily push it out. But you can also always put down parchment paper on a baking sheet and just spread it out and break it apart. I'm gonna try to use like a half a scooper and see how that goes. I wanna get 12. I think we're fine with the full scoop. thing about this is if we're counting all this into our macros, we're scraping every last ounce out of this. We're not wasting any macros or ingredients. I'm gonna try to like pat these down as much as I can. We're gonna melt our chocolate. We're gonna do 30-second increments in the microwave to melt our chocolate. You can melt it whichever way you like to melt your chocolate, but that's just the fastest way. So I'm going with this since we have a lot more things to cook today. I'm trying to make sure that these are even because there's some that are looking a little sad compared to others. We need to be fair. So next we're just gonna pour our chocolate chips into here and melt them for 30-second increments and top them onto our little peanut butter cups. So just in case you don't know what 30-second increments means, it's like to microwave for 30 seconds, give everything a good stir, microwave another 30 seconds, stir until it's all melted depending on your microwave. You don't want to overdo it. A lot of times if you see like solid chocolate chips and just stir, they'll actually melt in, but burnt chocolate is not it. Don't mind my dogs in the background, I have to mention them because they're going wild right now playing. But here is our melted chocolate. And then also some Celtic sea salt because salt and chocolate just belong together. So good. I'm just gonna pop these in the freezer and I'll show you what they look like when they're all done as a delicious snack or dessert. Before we move on, we gotta do some dishes. So next I'm just doing, hopefully I don't have yogurt on my face. Do I? Okay. Next I'm just doing a Greek vanilla bean yogurt bark. This is so easy, it takes seconds. And my kids love it and they've been asking for it, so I'm just gonna quickly throw this together. You can top it with whatever you want. I'm gonna quickly spray this parchment paper. Just get the yogurt bark off quickly. Or easily, I should say. Not really worried about measurements because my kids don't count their macros. Took a little lick on my finger to taste this because I've never had this one, I don't remember having it, and I was like, wow, that's really sweet. Turns out it has 11 grams of added sugar in it, so probably wouldn't buy this again. I like to buy ones that have no added sugars, but you live, you learn. I have some frozen organic strawberries because regular strawberries have been sucking so bad lately here. I don't know if it's the same with you, but today at the grocery store is $10 for a little tiny thing of strawberries that barely had any strawberries in it. So buy organic frozen, especially if you're not, eating them fresh. Great for smoothies and recipes and oatmeal and things like this. And they actually cut really well. Same deal, just popping this into the freezer as well. Next up, we are making one of my favorites, which is a lemon coconut energy ball. And surprisingly, my one son really likes these too. I feel like I didn't like coconut until I was older, and now I love it. But it's so simple because you just put all the ingredients in a bowl, set it in the fridge for a little bit for it to get a little bit harder before you make the little balls, and that's it. And they're so quick and easy to grab. So we're gonna need 1 cup of oat flour, and if you just have oatmeal, how you get oat flour is just by blending it up. So easy. I'm lazy and buy the oat flour sometimes. So 1 cup of oat flour. I'm doing 2 tablespoons of almond flour, but if you want, you can just add an additional 2 tablespoons of the oat flour. Coconut flour, whatever type of flour you like. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. I'm doing a scoop of my banana cinnamon Truvani protein powder. You can use vanilla or whatever flavor that you like. I promise this whole video isn't just protein powders and things, but just little snacks that we can increase the protein easily with good flavor by using some protein powders, but our other stuff doesn't have any protein powders in it. I like adding protein powders to baked goods or desserts because it's just an easy way to increase something that normally wouldn't really have any protein, or at least not a lot of protein. 2 tablespoons of shredded coconut. Next, we're just doing a tablespoon of lemon zest, and you don't want to skip this step. And if you've never had lemon zest in a recipe, trust me, it adds so much more flavor. It just gives it really fresh, delicious taste. We're also gonna have a little bit of lemon juice as well, so. Coconut and lemon are just literally made for each other. So good. And then 2 teaspoons of that lemon juice that I was talking about. We got 3 tablespoons of honey. Next, we're just doing a tablespoon of lemon zest, and you don't want to skip this step. And if you've never had lemon zest in a recipe, trust me, it adds so much more flavor. It just gives it really fresh, delicious taste. We're also gonna have a little bit of lemon juice as well, so. And then 2 teaspoons of that lemon juice that I was talking about. 3 tablespoons of honey. All right, next we're adding in 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil. Don't let that scare you. I know it's not super common in the kitchen, but to have that delicious coconut lemony flavor and to help hold all this together, a lot of these energy balls will call for like some type of nut butter, but this is why you mix it all together, and then it has to sit in the fridge before you make your balls, because then the oil is gonna, you know, tighten back up and make this into more of a cookie-like texture. Oh my gosh, you guys, it smells amazing already. I absolutely love these. And this is supposed to make 12 energy balls. I'm gonna pop these in the fridge, and then we're moving on to our chocolate zucchini bread, and of course the chocolate protein zucchini bread. And then we'll get into some of our meals. We're gonna be making lettuce wraps with a peanut sauce, and then we're also gonna be making a chickpea pasta that is absolutely delicious, one of my favorite recipes, as well as Mexican lasagna and egg cups for breakfast. Excuse me, Benny is very vocal right now in his puppy stage, but we're moving on to our zucchini bread. And what we're doing is using a 1/2 cup of zucchini. I'm gonna go ahead and chop that up. And instead of using egg, you know, obviously I'm not anti-egg, but I'm trying to get more fiber into our family. So I'm using flax egg, but if you want to, you can substitute for regular eggs. Flax egg is just where you put ground flax and mix it with some water, let it sit for a little bit. There are exact measurements that I will have for you. But basically we're putting the zucchini as well as our liquid ingredients into a blender before we do our dry ingredients. So 1/2 cup of zucchini. And a couple of people say like, oh, aren't your 2 other dogs upset that you got a puppy? And no, the answer is, of first they kind of like snubbed him at first, but now they're all best friends, and it's nice because it feels like our other two dogs, even though they're not old, they're 3 and 4, are like puppies again. So I just love seeing them just like, he brought a lot of new and amazing energy to our home and some life back into our other dogs. And they definitely get so much more exercise now with each other. So I'm using 1 cup of zucchini because a half a cup just doesn't seem like enough. We're using 1 cup of zucchini. Zucchini doesn't really have a ton of flavor, it just adds a lot of moisture. What is good about zucchini?
Some health benefits commonly associated with zucchini may include providing antioxidants, supporting digestion, reducing blood sugar levels, improving heart health, supporting vision, promoting weight loss.
So why not add zucchini, right? Now, a lot of people do like cauliflower or this to their smoothies too, because again, you can't taste it. If you're trying to get veggies into your kids, zucchini bread. We have our zucchini. I'm doing 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, 1/4 cup of maple syrup. You're also gonna need 1/4 cup of milk, like whatever kind of milk you want or like. Just gonna do whatever pops out at me when I open the fridge. There we go. 2%. Let me just reiterate what's in here. We have our flax egg, milk, zucchini, maple syrup, and now we're doing a teaspoon of vanilla. Also, there's 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil in here, so we're gonna go ahead and blend that up. A little dish ketchup. Now we're doing 2 cups of oat flour. Remember, it's just ground up oats. Doing 1 1/4 cup of almond flour. Half cup of chocolate protein powder. I'm using Tiffani. A teaspoon of baking powder. This is a half teaspoon. That's why you're going to use it twice. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/4 cup of cacao. Gonna give this a little mix and then add our wet ingredients from the blender. I don't want to put anything away yet because I have to scan it so that I can count the macros for you and for myself. This giant fruit out of the way so you can see me are wet. See the zucchini? Can't even see it, right? Spray this. Pour our batter in, which is a very thick batter. Do not be alarmed. That's from the flax. Press it down so it cooks evenly. Then add just a couple of chocolate chips on top. And we did like all of the sweets in the beginning. Usually I do them at the end, but I wanted to get this portion done first because I feel like the other recipes are just easier. Plus it's gonna be dinner time now, so one of them we can have for dinner tonight. We're baking this on 400 degrees for 22 minutes or 25 depending on.
22 minutes, starting now.
So while that's baking, I'm just gonna get started on our TikTok pasta. I've made this a million times. It's just tried and true and delicious, except I had an excess of these tomatoes, so I'm not using cherry tomatoes. I hope they come out the same way, but I got these for a recipe I was making for Super Bowl Sunday. I'll cut up a couple of these. It's excessive. Hi, sweetheart. And then I had that other half of the zucchini to use, so I'm just gonna cut that up and throw it in here too, because why not? The more veggies, the better. Do you like zucchini?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
No? You're not sure? You are sure if you like it. They give you this at hibachi. Remember the vegetable they throw in the air and you catch in your mouth? Do you remember that? Yeah. So maybe you like it, right? We gotta give it another try. I'm gonna do a yellow onion.
Ew.
What? You also eat onions at hibachi too.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. I saw you.
Wait, I did?
Yeah. When they throw it in the air. It's in your rice that you like.
Oh, yucky.
No, that's just the end of the onion. You don't use that part. Add that yellow onion in. Garlic.
Mom, if you did the song, we have diarrhea.
If I give what to the dogs when they have diarrhea?
To the dog.
Yeah, I wouldn't give the freeze-dried strawberries to the dogs. Did they accidentally get one?
Mariah's got some crumbs.
She got some crumbs. She'll be okay. Don't feed it to them though. Thank you for asking. 6 garlic cloves. Just gonna leave them whole in here. So I think I might blend it before we have the pasta. Let's just blend it, make the sauce and blend it. A little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper.
Have you some?
Sure. Italian seasoning. And then Chicky, you're gonna do some salt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm for child.
What?
I'm
Yeah, this is my child.
child.
She's mommy's child. If you guys didn't know who she was. I've got set it in my eyeball.
Can I do this first?
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me show you what to do. So then you just place your block of feta right in the middle.
Let's do
Like right? Nope, you just put it in the middle. That's it.
I didn't know that was right there.
Great. This is a very small dish that I decided to use for this. All right, there we go. So before I put my pasta sauce mixture, my feta bake, whatever you want to call it, in the oven on 400 degrees, my zucchini bread is still cooking for 9 more minutes. Remember, that's also on 400 degrees, so when I take that out, I'll just throw that in. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get started on cooking up some ground turkey. I got the family pack. I'm using half to season with taco seasoning and half to make for peanut lettuce wraps. For our Mexican lasagna, I'm just using taco seasoning for our turkey. And then for our peanut turkey wraps, turkey lettuce wraps, we're using a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of chili powder, and then 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. That's what I have in here. Throwing this in. And I'm gonna check on it around like 30 to 35 minutes. And then maybe at 20-minute mark, I'll stir it up. And then, I don't know, we'll see. We'll check it at 20 minutes, but it's supposed to cook for 40. It smells so good in here from everything. But I'm throwing together our lasagna first because it's just so easy.
Like the apple muffins.
Smells something like muffins. It's chocolate zucchini bread. So I have my baking dish. Just gonna put a little bit of our red enchilada sauce in the bottom. Again, just use whatever brand you like. These Siete Casaba flour burrito size wraps. I'm gonna split it. I feel like it's a sin because it's hard to find this size wrap. A layer of taco meat on top. Half of our refried black beans. A also doing a layer of this Mexican brown rice. This is optional. Enchilada sauce. Mexican cheese. On to our second layer. Doesn't have to be perfect. Refried beans. Rice. Some of our taco meat. You can spend time trying to get everything perfectly even, but to me it's just a waste of time because it all like winds up like melting together. It's really good. Our enchilada sauce. So we're gonna cover this and bake it on 350, or if you're not gonna have it this day, I would just put it in the fridge until you're ready to bake it. It smells amazing. I didn't stir it, I just left it on 400. It smells so good. Since we just made it and it's not cold, I'm gonna do it for about 20 minutes covered and 10 minutes not. Alright, we are finally getting to our peanut ground turkey. And I'm gonna be doing 1 full lemon because these are small. If you have like a huge lemon, you can do a half. I'm making lettuce wraps out of these. It depends on what you want. You could always just use this like in a bowl, wherever you want it. Also, I should mention in here, this is PB Fit. I'm using that instead, just for macro reasonings. You can see here, I get this from Costco. Has 7 grams of plant-based protein and 87% less fat and 1/3 the calories. So if you're counting macros, you try to cut corners where you can, and that is like an organic peanut butter substitute. In my mind, like I love peanut butter and I use it in other things, but if you save some fat here, you can have some fat later. Every day, if you're counting macros, you're getting the same amount. 1/4 cup of water, a little bit of cayenne. It goes based on like how spicy you want something. Also gonna do 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. This was a really easy and simple meal. If all of this seems overwhelming, just pick 1 meal or 2 meals to do. I personally, it did not feel overwhelming at all to me as the cook, and I've had to stop a million times to mom. This is the consistency. The thing with PB Fit is that you can always add more water if you want it thinner, and that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. We're right over our chicken, or our turkey, I should say. You can also use ground chicken if you want. I'm just saving my ground chicken for our egg cups. Smells absolutely amazing. I'm so torn. I have all these dinner options now. I don't know what I want. The pasta smells so good. So does the Mexican lasagna. I love anything peanut butter. So this smells and let's try a bite. I say it smells and tastes amazing, but I don't even know. Try it first. Really good. It tastes like the peanut and paprika, a little bit of cayenne. Alright, so we are using lean turkey sausage, a sweet Italian kind, for our pasta, and then I'm also cooking up some ground chicken over here for our egg cups. With the sausage, you can do whatever you like, but I like to break them up. And if they have the casing on it, which I thought this did, just a little bit, I like to take this off. Finally, moving on to our egg cups. I'm going to be using 10 eggs. A cup of cottage cheese. I like the brand Good Culture. I'm going gonna whisk that together. I'm gonna add salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and then I'm also gonna do some green onion and red pepper. Do half of these with red pepper and half without because Chris gets heartburn. What are you doing? I'm not trying to do heartburn, honey. I'm a great wife. Right?
Yes, you are.
Can't have the honey having heartburn. Anyone want some red pepper? Save those for the kids' lunches and snacks. Green onion. Really cut up fine. Also gonna do some spinach. And these are, you can do anything you want in these. Chop up some spinach. Top with a little bit of green onion. So I just had, Benny's in the dishwasher. Benny, I just had TikTok pasta. It was delicious. Chris had
5 servings of the, what is it called?
Mexican lasagna.
So good.
And Ella and Carter like it. And I tried the zucchini bread. I was a little worried because you saw how thick that batter was, but it was so good.
What is that?
And this is absolutely amazing. The chocolate peanut butter bark. Chris, what would you like to try for a bite of first?
Give me the, I know the zucchini bread's not going to be like super sweet, so give me that first.
Zucchini
'Cause I feel like I'll be disappointed if I have that second. Chappy wants some.
Can we just take a second for Benny right now? What do you
That's
think?
him talking. Chocolate
like
zucchini
it.
bread.
Hold
You know,
on,
it's
I
not a
gotta
brownie.
show you
It looks
Benny.
like a brownie. It's
Benny is
not.
ridiculous right now. Is that a cozy spot for you, honey? Ben? Benny, what are you doing? He's like, I don't care, this is cozy.
I want to know what's in this first.
It's good. He goes, can I
It's
try a bite
chickpea.
of yours? And I'm like, no, I count my macros. Like, what are you doing? There's not chickpea, I promise.
Been
Really
full
good.
before.
Hear that crunch?
Mm-hmm. It's good. What's the base? It's not peanut butter. Cashew?
No, it's peanut butter
Is it?
mixed with yogurt, Greek yogurt. He hates yogurt. Soft,
Chocolate makes
isn't it?
everything better.
Really good,
Pretty
right?
good. Give it a 6 out of
This
10.
is so good too.
That's good. 6 out of 10 is good.
It's
I mean,
the
it's
worst,
not.
guys. It's so good.
6.5.
I was gonna make you a bunch of those for Valentine's Day. No, I guess not.
Maybe like a very thin layer of the yogurt stuff and then just mostly chocolate.
It's so good.
Just eating the top off.
You're uninvited on my videos. Goodbye. He's picky. He's a hard one. What is it called? A tough critic? We're on to our final recipe, which is just a cashew creamer that you can put in your coffee or your matcha or whatever. So good. So I soaked these for 6 hours, 1 cup of cashews. And then I drained them. But now I'm gonna do 4 cups of fresh filtered water. Evie, be careful because when they're playing they get rough, right? We're using 2 dates to sweeten it. You can use maple syrup. I'm also doing some vanilla extract. A little more than 1 teaspoon. And then a pinch of salt. These make the best like lattes. So creamy and smooth. It's so easy, right? Minimal ingredients. A lot of the half and halves have like weird gums and stuff in them that are not good for you. So yogurt bar. Look at everyone is literally genuinely so excited. That makes me happy. I used to make this all the time when you guys were like little, right?
Yeah, this is so good. I want them right now.
Good? Happy to hear it. You should be a food critic. The way you describe food is so good.
This?
Yeah.
But you should have everything.
Better than Yasso bars.
What about me? Should I be a food critic?
No, you're not invited to be a food critic. Just people
You're
that
allowed to have it. I'm a good kid, but I grew up with a yogurt bar.
So that concludes today's video. I know that you guys will love these recipes just as much as I do. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.